Hey everyone, it's Danielle. Today I'm going to be continuing my writing aids videos. Today I'm going to be talking about your hands. Last time it was on your vocal cues. If you go back and check that video, that would be awesome. But today I'm going to talk about these suckers. Your hands are going to be attached to your reins, and your reins are going to normally be attached to your horse's face. Some people consider your hands as a cue, as a natural aid, somewhat controversial since it is attached to an artificial aid, which is the bit, versus your legs are always on the horse and thus communicating directly. There is no aid in between. Your hands are not communicating directly to the horse, they're communicating directly to a tool that communicates to the horse. But anyway, I feel like it's an important topic and I need to cover it anyway. So I'm going to try and keep this also away from being a rant on bit talk, hackamores, bozels, whatever. Everyone has their own opinion on these matters, and while I respect people's opinions, I do not believe that their opinions should be demeaning toward other writers. But I'm going to try and keep away from that kind of talk and save that for a whole other video. Anyway, your hands. To me, your hands should never be a primary aid. By that, I mean they should not be the first aid you go to for a cue. Now, if you want to half halt, that's different. Your half halt should be a combination of both your hands and your seat. But you should never just use your hands to stop a horse, just use your hands to turn a horse. You should never be using them to communicate directly. They should be more of a reinforcement of what your body is already communicating to the horse. By this, I mean, if you want to stop, if you want to go from a canter to a halt, the first thing you do should not be to pull up on the reins. It should be to sit deep, use your core, half halt, and then sit deeper and then stop. Your hands should never just come back like this. A big issue that people have is that when they are a younger or beginning rider, they believe that their reins are their brakes or the reins are their steering wheel, which is completely incorrect. Your reins are a finer tool of communication to the horse. They fine-tune things. They do not give a direct order. Your body should be giving the direct order, and your reins should be reinforcing. So let's say you want to turn. On my horse and on many other English-trained, Western-trained, well-trained horses, if I was just to pull on one rein, my horse could still turn her head that direction and continue to walk straight, or even sometimes shoot her shoulder out and go to the right. For us, our steering is actually her shoulders. If I can direct them, I've got where we're going to go next. My reins, they really don't do much for that. A really experienced rider would be able to completely drop the reins, push the horse forward, and control all of the gaits using just their seat and just their legs. Now, that's not to say that the reins don't have their purpose. They really do. Reins, what they do is they give kind of a warning to the horse about what's to come. So, like if I'm going to do a transition up, the first thing I'm going to do is give a little bit of a sit deeper, a little bit of a half halt on my outside rein, and then I'm going to push my horse forward into that outside rein and keep those reins there in order to catch the energy that she puts forward and channel back to the hind end of the horse. I also use this to kind of bend her neck a little bit. I don't use it to bend her body. To do that, I have to use my seat and legs, but to bend her head. I also use the reins to break her head at the pole a little bit. Most of the time you need to be riding, actually all the time, you need to be riding from back to front, meaning that your horse's back end should be engaged before you even worry about the front end of it. But sometimes if your horse is running around like this, you're really not going to get anything engaged in the back until they at least come down to a normal level. So you might need to use your reins a little bit to tell them running around like a giraffe is not attractive and get them down and at least listening to the bit. But that's really all I have to say on using your reins as your primary tool of communication, which shouldn't be. I'll have a longer talk, I believe, on your seat, which is next, and on your legs, which is the one after that. And soon enough, I will be coming out with a bit video talking about bits, their different purposes, what people use them for, and all that kind of good stuff. So I look forward to that, and I look forward to seeing you all again. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye.